chosen one, why does 3 a.m. feel like a courtroom? Why does your chest tighten the moment your head hits the pillow? Why do you wake up more exhausted than when you went to sleep, like you've been fighting a war you can't even see? Listen to me carefully. If you've been lying awake in the dark, feeling something pressing on you, something heavy, something watching, something waiting, Archangel Michael says this is not in your head. This is not age. This is not anxiety. This is warfare. You are not losing your mind. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are under spiritual attack, and it has been going on for exactly 2 hours in the realm of the spirit. 2 hours. That's how long the enemy has been circling your sleep, your peace, your clarity, your future. He's been whispering lies while you lay there defenseless. He's been planting fear while you thought it was just stress. He's been stealing your rest because he knows what's coming for you. But here's what hell didn't expect. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still believing. And that, beloved, is why Michael has been sent. Not to comfort you with pretty words, not to tell you everything's fine, but to tell you the truth. You've been in a fight, a real one, and you didn't even know the battlefield was your own body. If I'm describing your last few nights, if you felt that heaviness, that strange fear with no name, that exhaustion that sleep won't fix type, it's been heavy in the comments right now. Let heaven see you're listening. Because what I'm about to reveal is why God allowed this battle. Why it had to be 2 hours. Why your body became the frontline. And what happens the moment this warfare ends. Don't you dare click away. Your answer is in the next 60 seconds. And before we go further, thank you to every single one of you who has supported this message through super thanks. Your generosity means more than you know. You're not just donating. You're helping spread light to others who feel alone in their calling. Whether you give or not, I'm deeply grateful for your presence here. Your support, your time, your attention. It all matters. And if this message resonates with your soul, go ahead and let that be your seed into the kingdom today. Now let me tell you what Archangel Michael is saying about the battle you didn't know you were in. Do you know what's happening in the spirit realm while you're staring at your bedroom ceiling? Do you understand why your body feels like a war zone even though nothing visible is attacking you? Can you see what heaven sees when you're too exhausted to even pray? Let me pull back the veil. In heaven's timeline, there are windows. Sacred moments when the battle over your life becomes so intense that alarms sound in the throne room. This past season, your sleepless nights, your chest pain, your unexplained fear has been like a 2-hour emergency in the spirit realm. Picture this, a hospital code blue, lights flash red, doctors sprint down hallways. Every second counts because a life hangs in the balance. That's what's been happening over you. Heaven has been on code blue over your destiny. Archangel Michael and warrior angels have been rushing to your defense while you thought you were just having a bad week. But the enemy wasn't attacking randomly. He was strategic, precise, ruthless. He sent confusion to cloud your mind so you'd make the wrong decision at the wrong time. He sent depression to steal your voice so you'd stop praying, stop declaring, stop believing. He planted self-hatred so you'd look in the mirror and see failure instead of the chosen vessel God sees. He whispered regret about your past, every mistake, every loss, every person who hurt you, so you'd be too ashamed to step into your future. And worst of all, he planted the fear of dying alone, forgotten, with nothing left to give. Why? Because he knows something you're about to discover. Your age is not your weakness, it's your weapon, and I'll prove that to you in just a moment. But first, hear this truth. The fact that you're still here, still breathing, still listening, still holding on to a thread of faith is undeniable proof that heaven refused to let this warfare win. You didn't survive by accident. You survived because Michael stood between you and the enemy's final blow. Every morning you woke up when you didn't want to. That was divine intervention. Every night you made it through when panic tried to suffocate you. That was angelic reinforcement. Every moment you chose not to give up even though giving up felt easier. That was God's hand holding yours in the dark. The battle was real. But so was the protection. Right now, if this revelation is shaking something loose in your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with one person you know who's been fighting battles they can't name. Someone who needs to know they're not crazy, they're covered. Because what I'm about to show you next will explain why the enemy is absolutely terrified of what you're about to become. Your breakthrough isn't just personal, it's generational. And the 2-hour war you just survived, that was hell's last attempt to stop what heaven is about to release through you. You know what nobody talks about? The way your knees betray you when you try to kneel and pray. The way your back locks up in the middle of the night. Not from a bad mattress, but from something you can't name. The way your heart races at 2 a.m. for no medical reason, and the doctors say, you're fine, but you know you're not. You thought it was age. You thought your body was giving up on you. But what if I told you that what you're feeling isn't failure, it's anesthesia? Let me explain. When a surgeon operates on a patient, he doesn't let them walk around the room. He doesn't let them talk, move, or resist. He puts them under. He paralyzes them, not to harm them but to heal them. And right now, beloved, God has you on the operating table. That exhaustion you feel, that's not weakness. That's divine sedation. That heaviness pressing on your chest, that's not depression. That's the weight of surgery in the spirit. You thought God abandoned you because you couldn't move like you used to. You thought He forgot you because your strength disappeared. But listen closely. God didn't take your strength to punish you. He took it to protect you while He operates. He's not healing surface wounds. He's going deeper. He's rewiring trauma you buried 50 years ago. He's extracting the shrapnel of betrayal that's been lodged in your spirit since childhood. He's removing the scar tissue from wars you fought, some on foreign soil, some in your own living room. He's touching the places you never let anyone see. The financial collapse that broke you in 1910. The betrayal from the person you trusted most. The loss you still can't speak about without your voice cracking. God isn't just healing your body. He's rewriting the way your spirit responds to pain. And that kind of surgery, it requires you to be still. Psalm 40:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Not be busy and know. Not be strong and know. Be still. You thought stillness meant failure. God calls it preparation. You're not too tired to be used, beloved. You've just been on the operating table. And when God finishes this surgery, you won't just stand, you'll rise with authority hell has never seen in you before. But here's what the enemy doesn't want you to know. The moment you come off that table, he's going to set 3 traps to convince you the surgery didn't work. And in part 6, I'm going to walk you through every single one of them so you don't fall for his lies. But right now, I need you to do something. If you believe, even if you're shaking, that God has you on the operating table, that this exhaustion is divine anesthesia, that He's preparing you for something you can't yet see, type "I'm on the table, Lord" in the comments. Let heaven witness your surrender, because surrender isn't defeat. Surrender is the posture of the healed. Now let me show you what happens when the surgery is complete, and why the enemy is terrified of what you're about to become. Let me show you something most believers never see. Right now, this very second, heaven's war room is lit up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Picture this: a command center stretching beyond what human eyes can measure. A map so vast it covers continents, oceans, nations. And on that map, scattered across every time zone, every city, every forgotten corner of this planet, there are lights. Thousands of them. Flickering, pulsing, holding steady. Each light is a believer, an older saint, someone like you, sitting in a recliner in Ohio, lying awake in a hospital bed in Texas, standing on a porch in Georgia at dawn, wondering why their chest won't stop itching, parked in a Walmart parking lot in Arizona, gripping the steering wheel, asking God why everything feels so heavy. You thought you were alone. You thought it was just you losing sleep, just you feeling the weight, just you wondering if you're too old, too tired, too broken to matter anymore. But beloved, you are not isolated. You are synchronized. Right now, as you listen to this in America, somebody in another country, another bedroom, another hospital, another quiet kitchen is feeling the exact same pressure you've been carrying, the same 3am dread, the same unexplainable exhaustion, the same sense that something in the spirit is watching, waiting, pressing. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. Heaven has positioned you, yes, you with your grey hair and your aching knees and your tired voice, as part of a hidden army that hell never saw coming. Because here's what the enemy miscalculated. Your generation carries something the younger ones don't have yet. Decades of answered prayers. Decades of survived betrayals. Decades of funerals, losses, heartbreaks, disappointments, and still you're here. Still breathing, still believing. You've buried friends, you've buried spouses, you've buried dreams. And you're still standing. That makes you dangerous. The scars you carry, those aren't disqualifications. Those are credentials. Every wrinkle on your face is a battle scar from warfare the enemy thought would destroy you. But you survived, and survival has turned into authority. Ephesians 6:2 says, "We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age." You've been wrestling longer than most. And hell is terrified that you're about to realize how much power is still in your voice. Even if it shakes, even if it's tired, even if you think nobody's listening anymore, heaven is listening. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you why your prayers, whispered in the dark, muttered through tears, spoken with trembling lips, are some of the most powerful weapons God has deployed in this hour. But first, I need you to do something. If you're watching from the United States, drop your city and state in the comments right now. If you're outside the US, drop your country. Let's light up heaven's map together. Let's show the enemy that this hidden army is waking up. And let's remind hell that the warfare they started is about to backfire in ways they never imagined. Because what comes after these 2 hours of warfare is not exhaustion. It's activation. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. When did you start believing the lie that your season was over? Was it when the church stopped calling you for ministry? When your kids grew up and moved away? When your body slowed down and the mirror showed you someone you barely recognized? Here's the truth they don't want you to know. Religion may have retired you. Culture may have ignored you. Your own family may have put you on the shelf like a relic from another time. But heaven never sent you a retirement letter. Not once. Listen to me, God doesn't operate on social security. He doesn't measure your usefulness by how many stairs you can climb or how fast you can move. The kingdom has never, not for 1 second, considered you obsolete. You want proof? Moses was called at 80 years old, 80. The age when the world says you're supposed to be sitting on a porch, fading into the background. But God said, now you're ready. Now you've seen enough. Now you've survived enough. Go set my people free. Caleb was 85 when he said, give me this mountain. 85. And he didn't ask for easy hill. He wanted the giants. He wanted the warfare. Because age hadn't weakened him, it had sharpened him. Anna the prophetess, old, widowed, overlooked, but when the Mesher walked into the temple, she was the one who recognized him. Not the young priests. Not the educated scholars, her. Because spiritual sight doesn't dim with age. It deepens. You think storms fear young saplings, they don't. Storms fear the old oak tree that has survived every winter, every lightning strike, every flood. That tree has roots so deep, hell itself can't uproot it. That's you. You are the oak. And the reason this spiritual warfare has been so brutal, so exhausting, so unrelenting is because you are carrying a mantle you haven't even fully walked in yet. The enemy knows what's coming. He sees what heaven is preparing to release through you. And he is absolutely terrified that you're going to wake up and realize your age is not your disqualification, it's your weapon. Your scars prove you've outlasted every scheme designed to kill you. Your grey hair is the crown of wisdom earned in the trenches. Your tired body is the evidence that you survived what should have destroyed you. You are not background noise in the kingdom. You are the foundation. And foundations don't retire. They hold everything up. So let me be blunt. If you've been sitting in silence, believing your time is past, believing God moved on without you, that belief is demonic. It is a lie whispered by an enemy who knows that if you step back into your assignment, generations will be set free. Your age is not your weakness. It is your evidence, proof you've outlived everything that tried to kill you. And now, after 2 hours of warfare, after hell threw everything it had at you, you're still here, still breathing, still listening to this message. That alone tells me heaven isn't done with you. Stay with me, because in the next part, we're going to activate this mantle with words that will shake the atmosphere in your own house. If you refuse to spiritually retire, type, "I'm still here," in the comments right now. Now listen carefully, because this is where most believers lose everything they just won. You survived the 2 hours, the warfare stopped, the pressure lifted. You can finally breathe again. And that's exactly when the enemy strikes hardest. Not during the battle, after it. Because hell knows something you don't. The moment after warfare is the most dangerous moment of your entire life. Let me show you the 3 traps he sets, and beloved, if you don't recognize them, you will walk straight into captivity thinking you're walking into freedom. Trap number 1, confusion. The battle ends, silence falls, and suddenly a voice whispers, maybe you imagined it, maybe it wasn't spiritual at all, maybe you're just tired, maybe God forgot about you. You start doubting what you know happened. You start questioning the very warfare you survived. Here's the truth they don't want you to hear. Confusion is not proof you were wrong. Confusion is proof something powerful just shifted in the spirit realm, and the enemy is scrambling to make you forget it. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Lean not on your own understanding." Why? Because after warfare your understanding will lie to you. Your emotions will betray you. But God's word stands. If you feel confused right now, if you're second-guessing everything, that's not weakness. That's warfare after shock. And it means you're closer to breakthrough than you've ever been. Trap number 2, counterfeit comfort. The heaviness lifts, you feel relief, and immediately something familiar shows up offering comfort. An old toxic relationship texts you. Bitterness towards someone who hurt you feels justified again. That show, that drink, that habit you swore you'd left behind suddenly looks appealing. Listen to me. The devil sends a counterfeit right after God sends a breakthrough. He knows you're vulnerable. He knows you're exhausted. So he wraps poison in the package of relief and waits for you to reach for it. 2 Corinthians 1:4 warns us. Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. He won't send something obviously evil. He'll send something that feels like rest but leads straight back to bondage. Don't fall for it. Real comfort comes from the Holy Spirit. Counterfeit comfort always has strings attached. Trap number 3, spiritual numbness. This one's the most dangerous because it feels like nothing. You survived warfare, you prayed, you believed, and now, nothing. You feel empty, hollow, numb. And the whisper comes, maybe God isn't real, maybe none of this matters. Beloved, numbness is not abandonment. Numbness is the recovery room after surgery. When a surgeon operates, the patient doesn't feel anything during recovery. Why? Because the body is healing. Feeling will return. Strength will return. But first, there must be rest. Your spirit just went through battle. Numbness doesn't mean God left. It means you're being restored. Psalm 23 says, He restores my soul, not instantly, not loudly, but deeply, completely. So here's my question for you. Which trap has your name on it right now? Confusion, counterfeit comfort, spiritual numbness. Type 1, 2, or 3 in the comments, call it out, because what you name you can defeat. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to stand up in your living room, tired body and all, and shift the entire atmosphere over your life. Stay with me. This is where everything changes. Now listen to me closely, because what I'm about to give you is not theory. This is not something you write down and forget. This is your weapon, your defense, your declaration that hell will not have the last word over your life. You may not be able to run laps around the sanctuary anymore. You may not be able to stand for 2 hours in corporate prayer. Your knees may ache. Your body may be tired. But hear me when I say this, your chair, your bed, your favorite recliner, right where you're sitting this very moment, can become an altar, a war room, a place where heaven and earth collide. God is not asking you to be young again. He's asking you to be willing, and willing is enough. The Apostle Paul said in 2 Corinthians, "Time too thin. When I am weak, then I am strong." Do you hear that? Your weakness is not disqualification. It is the exact place where God's power shows up the loudest. The enemy thought your age would silence you. He thought your tiredness would make you quit. But he forgot one thing. You know too much. You've seen too much. You've survived too much to surrender now. So right now, I'm going to walk you through 4 simple steps, 4 movements in the spirit that will turn your living room into a battlefield where you win. Step 1. Breathe and acknowledge. Take a breath, a real one. Slow, and as you breathe, say this out loud. Lord, I feel the weight, but I know I'm in your hands. That's it. No fancy language, just honesty. Because God responds to truth, not performance. When you acknowledge the battle, you stop pretending. And when you stop pretending, heaven can move. Step 2. Speak out loud. This is where you take back your voice. The enemy has been whispering lies while you stayed silent. Now you speak, short, clear, powerful. Say it with me. I will not die empty. My story is not over. This heaviness is not my home. Did you hear yourself? That's not weakness talking. That's warfare. Proverbs 10:2-1 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Your words are not decoration. They are weapons. They are commands. They shift the atmosphere in the room. Step 3. Invite heaven's army. Now you call for reinforcements. You are not in this alone. Michael has been assigned. The angels are standing by. So speak their names. Invite them in. Say it. Michael, fight for me. Lord, surround this house with your angels. Psalm 1:1 declares, He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. That is not poetry. That is a military order from the throne of God. The moment you speak that invitation, the atmosphere changes. The pressure shifts. You may not see them, but they are there standing, ready, waiting for your yes. Step 4. Picture the war room. Close your eyes for just a moment. I want you to see something. In heaven there is a map. A living, glowing map of the earth. And on that map there is a light. a bright burning light. That light is you. Right now, as you sit in your chair, as you declare your faith, as you refuse to quit, that light is growing brighter. Brighter than the enemy ever expected. Brighter than your circumstances said it could. God sees you. Michael sees you, and hell is starting to panic. You may be sitting in your favorite chair, but in the spirit, you are standing on a battlefield. And you are not alone. You are surrounded. You are covered. You are backed by the armies of heaven. In just a moment, I'm going to tell you what happens the moment you wake up after this spiritual surgery. Why the atmosphere around you will feel different. Why the enemy will regret ever touching you. And why this 2-hour battle was actually the setup for your greatest comeback. But before we go there, if you're able, stand up for just a moment. Or if you can't stand, sit up straighter. Let that be your sign in the spirit. I'm standing, I'm not backing down. And type in the comments right now, I'm standing. Let heaven see your declaration. Let the enemy see he picked the wrong one. Because what comes next will change everything. Listen to me. This is not a YouTube video to pass the time while you're waiting for dinner or trying to fall asleep. This is a heavenly briefing. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your life right now, and he says, this is serious. Not scary, not condemning, but serious. Because in the courts of heaven, your name is not sitting in some dusty pile waiting for someone to notice you. No, your file is red. It's stamped in gold letters urgent. Do not delay. You think you've been forgotten because you're older now. Because your body doesn't move like it used to. Because your prayers feel slower, quieter, less powerful. But heaven sees something else entirely. Heaven sees a warrior who survived what was meant to destroy them. A bloodline interrupter. A generational curse breaker. Someone the enemy has been trying to exhaust into silence before their real assignment begins. That 2-hour warfare you've been walking through, that wasn't random. That was targeted, precise, calculated. Because hell knows something you're only now beginning to remember. Your life was never just about you. God is rewriting an entire family's story through you. Your children don't know it yet. Your grandchildren can't see it yet. But in the spirit, chains that have wrapped around your lineage for decades, addiction, poverty, fear, sickness, silence, are being severed right now because you refused to quit. You didn't just survive those sleepless nights. You outlasted a demonic siege. Now picture this. You've just come out of surgery, spiritual surgery, the kind that removes what no human hand could touch. Generational shame, embedded lies, decades of exhaustion that didn't belong to you but to a curse someone else planted. And when you wake up, and you will wake up, you're going to feel it. Your mind will be clearer. Your spirit will be lighter. That heaviness pressing on your chest at 3 a.m., gone. That fear that crept in every time you closed your eyes, dissolved. You're going to wake up with a new fire, maybe not loud, maybe not dramatic, but real. A fire to pray again. A boldness to speak truth to your family when they need it most. A courage to stand when everyone else is sitting down. Proverbs 20:20 says, "The glory of young men is their strength, but the splendor of old men is their gray hair." Gray hair splendor, not weakness, not irrelevance, splendor. Because you carry something the young cannot carry yet, tested faith. Battle-proven faith. The kind of faith that doesn't shout but stands. The kind of faith that doesn't need to be seen to be powerful. And here's the prophetic reversal that will blow your mind. The very exhaustion that made you feel disqualified is the proof that something massive was being removed from your bloodline. You weren't too tired to fight. You were in surgery. And every demon that pressed you, every sleepless night, every moment you thought you were losing your mind, that was the sound of generational bondage being ripped out by the roots. Michael didn't come to give you a pep talk. He came because heaven marked you as essential. Not optional, not backup. Essential. You are the hinge, the turning point, the one through whom God is breaking cycles and releasing futures. If you receive this mark, if you understand that heaven has stamped your life with urgency, with purpose, with divine assignment, type mark in the comments right now. Let it be written in the spirit that you said yes. Because in the final moments of this message, I'm going to pray over you as if you're right here in this room with me. And we're going to seal this surgery so nothing can steal what God just did in you. But first, you need to know what happens next. After the 2 hours, after the battle, after the marking. What comes next will determine whether you step into the fullness of this moment or let it slip away. Stay with me. Beloved, let me bring this home. You've been in warfare, real warfare, not metaphor, not theory. 2 hours in the spirit realm where heaven put you under divine anesthesia so God could operate on what the enemy tried to destroy. And now you're waking up, not weaker, stronger, not broken, rebuilt. God is raising you as a late life warrior, and your family has no idea what's about to walk back into that living room. Now I need you to do something with me, even if your voice shakes, even if it's just a whisper. Repeat these words after me, and let heaven hear your agreement. Say it, I am not crazy, I am chosen. Say it, my exhaustion is not my ending, it's my operation. Say it, this warfare will not waste my years. It will multiply my fruit. Say it, my family will see what God did in me. Good heaven just recorded that. Now let me pray over you like you're sitting right here in front of me. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ and under the authority of Archangel Michael, I come before your throne on behalf of every soul hearing this right now. Lord, you see the ones whose nervous systems have been under siege. You see the sleepless nights, the racing hearts, the chest that won't stop tightening. I ask you right now to release healing. Not tomorrow. Tonight. Let their bodies remember what rest feels like. Let their minds silence the noise. Let peace flood every nerve, every cell, every anxious thought. Father, I break generational heaviness off their bloodline right now. Every curse spoken over their family broken. Every pattern of fear passed down through decades shattered. This ends with them. They are the firewall. They are the barrier. Hell will not pass through this generation again. And Lord, activate their voice. Even if it's just praying alone in their bedroom. Even if no one hears them but you. Let them know their words carry weight in the spirit. Their prayers move angels. Their declarations shift atmospheres. They are not retired from the kingdom. They are being repositioned. In Jesus' name. Now listen. You might feel emotional right now. You might feel tired. That's normal. You just went through something in the spirit. So tonight, rest. Drink water. Maybe write down what you felt. Let your body catch up to what your spirit just received. But don't let this moment end here. If this message spoke to you, if you felt Michael's hand on your shoulder through these words, write in the comments right now. I survived the war. Let me know who I'm praying for. Let heaven see your testimony. And listen, send this to someone. A son, a daughter, a friend who thinks you're just getting old and tired. Let them see you're not fading. You're in training. If you want to walk with me through what's coming next, hit that subscribe button and stay close. This wasn't an accident. Heaven scheduled this appointment for you. And beloved, we're just getting started. You survived the surgery. Now comes the strength. I'll see you in the next word.